Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Presley, and in this video today, I'm going to be giving you my full review for Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn, Volume 1. Now, this book was written by Jimmy Palmiotti with a lot of the artwork, including the cover, by Patrick Reynolds, and then there's also a couple issues in here that are drawn by Chad Hardin. I'll talk about their individual art styles in a couple minutes, but yes, this is my first introduction into Gunslinger Spawn and into the Spawn universe in general. In the main Spawn books, Gunslinger Spawn is in the modern day, he's even in the future, and he's interacting with other spawns from the current time period. However, in Deadly Tales, which is this book right here, we're seeing his origins back in the old Western days, and I really love it. I dig the setting a ton, and that's actually kind of where I want to start for this review. I think the Western towns, the Western settings are beautiful. Gunslinger Spawn is on horseback. He's fighting coyotes at times. He's in these old Western towns where demons have infiltrated the civilians there. A lot of the women that work at the brothels and things like that, they have been overtaken by demons, and it's kind of like a little commentary on, you know, brothels and strippers and things like that in general, where he actually has to take down a lot of these demons who are trying to kill him. He's also trying to find their big boss for some reason that I don't want to spoil. But yes, overall, I think the setting is amazing. And speaking of Gunslinger Spawn, I think he is a really well-written character so far. This book collects the first 6 issues of this series, and we're off to a very hot start. I think Gunslinger Spawn is a very interesting character. He's very deep. He is a hero at heart, but before becoming the Gunslinger Spawn, he was a little bit reckless. He was getting into fights with a bunch of people that maybe he wasn't going to be able to win against. However, that didn't stop him from trying his best to protect the people around him. I love that. He's also looking for somebody very, very close and dear to him. I don't want to spoil who that is, even though a lot of you might know already. I don't want to spoil because I think it is a nice little surprise in here to figure out what is going on, what his motivations are, and why he's doing the things he's doing. But overall, yes, I will say Gunslinger Spawn is a fantastic hero. We have a lot of cool demon villains here already, and there's even one guy who runs the circus that I think is a really fun and interesting villain. He's kind of a nut job. He's kind of a weirdo. He also doesn't care at all about the people he hurts. And so you're really rooting for Gunslinger Spawn here to beat this guy. It really feels like a great conflict when they do fight against each other. And one other thing that I really dig about it is the fact that Gunslinger Spawn doesn't really care about these people who are at the circus, but he's still protecting them because he knows that the guy that is holding them all hostage is a bad guy. Overall, I just love it. I think the demon infiltration here and Gunslinger Spawn getting his motivations and his duties to protect these people is a great storyline. Now, yes, let's talk about the artwork. Patrick Reynolds, again, I said he's on this cover. His art style very much fits this book. I love it. It's very painterly and sketchy, and I think it looks gorgeous. I think the character design is great. It's got a little bit of realism to it, but it's not realism. It's not realistic, but it has a little bit of that sense to it. I love his landscapes. I think the wide open, like establishing shots of all these cities and the mountains and all these animals and things like that, beautiful. Then we have Chad Hardin's artwork. He does a much more cartoony feel, and he makes a lot of the art in here for the circus, which I think works perfectly for that little mini storyline, because I think these characters and the setting just bode well to having a nice cartoony design like this. So overall, yes, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and opinions on the different art styles. I don't want to say one is better than the other, because sometimes I prefer the style of like Chad Hardin, and then sometimes I prefer the Patrick Reynolds style. However, I think both of them fit this book perfectly. And yes, they do contrast one another. So when you flip from issues 3 to 4, you can see a very stark difference between them. But I love it. I dug it. And I think overall, both of these styles are great for this book. Now, yes, there's a lot of great hero moments in here for the Gunslinger Spawn. He's also been put through a lot of hell in this book. Like, he doesn't feel overpowered. He doesn't feel like nothing can stop him. He very much still feels human, and he can make mistakes. I really like that. I enjoy when characters who are strong still face a lot of conflict and a lot of hardship. I think that makes for an amazing, compelling story. And overall, I think the villains were great as well. This book was a really, really fun read. And overall, I had to give it a 5 stars out of 5 completely dug the whole thing. I blew through it because it was super fun. Jimmy Palmiotti's writing is crisp. It doesn't feel like he's doing too much. It doesn't feel like he's writing an entire novel for each one of these issues, but it feels like we had a lot of good backstory. We have a lot of good explanation for what's going on, and it's just supplemented beautifully by that amazing artwork. So overall, yes, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and opinions on Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn. Did you love it? Did you hate it? And what was your score that you gave it? Again, I gave it a 5 stars out of 5. I thought it was perfect. Wouldn't change a thing about it, and I cannot wait for Volume 2. Unfortunately, I don't think Volume 2 comes out till like a year from now at the time of this recording, which is July 16th. So hopefully we get it sooner than that. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed this book, and if you haven't read it yet and you want to get into Gunslinger Spawn or just the Spawn universe in general, I think this is a great place to start, and let me know when you eventually do. Thank you so very much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all later.